All right, welcome back to another episode of the Kameo podcast. This episode is brought to you by, I haven't told them that yet, but I'm gonna bring it to you by the Self Advocate, because I have him here today himself in the flesh. He creates a newsletter all about success stories and overcoming challenges. His name is Krystian Shaw. And he recently launched his own podcast, so I said I would have him on my podcast so we can learn more. Hello, Krystian. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. Tell me about your business and introduce yourself. How do you explain or give your elevator pitch of what you do with your business?
I stomp out stigma and discrimination by sharing people's success stories.
Wow, okay.
Who have disabilities.
Okay, so you're focused on people with disabilities?
Or all disabilities, not just one type.
All disabilities. So what type of disabilities are you seeing in your newsletter?
Sometimes there's mental health and sometimes there's other topics too.
Okay. So you talk about mental health a lot?
No. I talk about all disabilities.
Oh.
Across the spectrum.
Across the spectrum, yeah, okay. And what inspired you to start your newsletter?
I was given lots of support when I was growing up by support services, and I was also given lots of support by when I was growing up too, and when I was an adult during my adulthood, and yeah.
Okay, so
and I wanted to work in the field of disabilities, but couldn't because I need support myself. And sometimes I want to help people like me. I want to give back to society. Like I was giving lots of support, but I couldn't because I need schooling for that. In order to go to university, I need schooling. I only got a leaving school certificate, not an actual dogwood.
But you know what? I don't believe you need schooling.
Or an equivalent of grade 12 for an equivalent.
I think that's very admirable, the reasons of starting your business and your newsletter. But I don't want you to think that you need to go to schooling, right? Because you're doing fantastic. You're learning, right? Like I teach myself mostly off of YouTube. They didn't teach me how to do this in school.
And now what the school board offers, the county school board offers is a school for adults called street school at North Hills Mall.
Okay.
And I'm going back now to learn English, to learn lots of English skills and stuff, for me to get less support with editing my news articles, with editing articles.
Yeah.
I'm going back to school to learn to learn English.
Yeah, English class is a fun class, and you learn a lot of creative thinking skills, which can't believe I'm going to admit this, but have come into play in the real world, which, that makes me laugh.
I can still write, though, but I need some support with editing.
Yeah.
So I want to learn how to edit my own articles. I want to learn how to edit my own articles, then I can get less support.
Well, you're good at speaking, and so you started a podcast, right? And I saw you've interviewed, I think, 2 people so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did the second interview go? I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet.
Ability Online is a social network for all disabilities, and that's who I interviewed this morning.
What's her name?
Ability Online. It's an organization back east online, and they're based in the first world, called Ability Online. And Ability Online is a social network that has been around since 1991, but it was a pilot project before that. It's a pilot project when the internet first started. And now it's a safe social network to keep predators away, to keep other bad people away and bullies away, and to hang out and to talk to each other online. And they also collect personal data like your address, your phone number, that only the executive director of Ability Online knows, then because bad people never can never usually give out their personal information. Bad people.
Well,
So that's why she wants to keep it really safe.
Yep.
And she's the executive director, and also her background is in working with people with disabilities,
Mm-hmm.
and she was a recreational therapist.
Oh, cool. Did you use the Anchor app?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she used Anchor app too. And
Yeah, from back east.
How did it work? Did it work well?
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to try it. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it worked really well. I learned how to do it last night. I learned how to do it.
Okay, yeah, because that's like a pilot project for me because I want to start a podcast next month, another podcast, another project, and I want to use the same tools you're using. So I might have to ask you some questions because I haven't had a chance to use them.
And I
I'm too
also
busy.
interviewed a mental health advocate, and somebody that called. Her name is, what is her name again?
Miss Hibbs.
Merlin Hibbs.
Yes.
Yeah, Merlin Hibbs.
Yeah, she focuses on eating disorders.
Yeah.
Right, and she wants to speak with Sophia Trudeau because our Prime Minister of Canada is going to visit Kamloops tomorrow. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. So if I was you, I would ask to interview him. He probably won't interview me because I'm spamming them like a Russian troll because I'm a bad person online. But they might meet with you. You should ask Justin Trudeau. Would you interview the Prime Minister? What would you ask him if you had the chance?
If I ever wanted to, I would ask him about disabilities and stuff and about mental health.
Yeah?
But I want to stay away from politics as much as possible because it can be a controversial topic.
Oh, smart. See, I'm not that smart, so I wade into politics.
But your one is different. You focus on Kamloopians.
Yeah.
And on all news.
Yeah.
Where I focus on disability legislation or disability that, disability this.
Mm-hmm.
But I stay away as much as possible from politics.
Okay, we'll stay away from politics. Got it. But we can talk disabilities. I don't know if that counts, but I technically have anxiety and depression according to my doctor. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, so...
But I live with developmental disabilities and an anxiety disorder and ADHD.
What does it feel like to have anxiety and ADHD?
Sometimes I can get on people's nerves. Even people with mental health nerves, even if people have mental health themselves, it can get on everyone's nerves.
Yeah, no, I understand
sometimes
that.
I repeat, sometimes I do this and do that, and sometimes I do whatever.
Yeah, no, I get that. I do whatever too, and
Yeah.
I get on people's nerves, including the Prime Minister's possibly. We'll find out. So, Krystian, have you always lived in Kamloops? Are you from Kamloops?
Yes.
Yes?
I always lived here, and this is my hometown.
This is your hometown. What do you love about Kamloops?
All the support services. If I left Kamloops to go to, like, say, Vancouver, I wouldn't get a lot of support. I don't think like what I'm getting now.
Oh.
I'm getting help with my newsletter. I'm getting help with this and that. And my newsletter all started because of one person in the field who believed in me and wanted to help me grow and wanted me to start this.
Who was that?
I was the one that suggested to her that I wanted to start it. I said, okay, go ahead, go and start it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's...
And her name is Justine Richmond from the Community Companion Program.
Community Companion Program.
Yeah.
Do you do all services I didn't know existed, right?
Yeah.
And that's tough because there's lots out there.
Have you heard of Community Living British Columbia?
No, I've only been in Kamloops for about 6 years, I think.
Community Living British Columbia is across the country, across BC, where they give support, they provide money, they provide contracts, they provide different stuff for us to get support. And sometimes it's a long waiting list because you have to wait for someone else's turn.
Yep, no, I get that.
And so sometimes it's a long waiting list. And yeah.
That's okay.
And they are a BC Crown corporation for people labeled with a developmental disability. Crown Corporation.
Yeah. Which, we are part of the monarchy, but that's politics, so we'll stay away from that again,
Yeah.
Krystian.
Yeah.
What do you like doing in your free time? What's a hobby of yours?
The hobby of mine is my hobby is to do welcome workshops.
Welcome workshops. What's a welcome workshop?
Welcome workshops is with Community Living BC again, that I have a contract with. And I had to go and get a criminal record tech and a whole bit to make sure I'm a good person or not. And also, I went there and I applied for it, and other self-advocates are applying for it who is labeled with a developmental disability, as well as families, as well as CLBC staff members.
Okay.
And I have a contract now with them.
You make me laugh when you keep on saying...
To welcome people to CLBC, because sometimes people don't understand CLBC, who are first being welcomed into CLBC, they don't understand it.
Yeah.
And if only CLBC staff talks about it, they don't totally understand.
Yeah.
So what our job is to help them understand by saying this is what CLBC is, talking about stuff like that, and about the money situation, what each ministry gets, like with monopoly money. Like, this is how much money mental health gets. This is how money CLBC gets. This is how much money everybody gets.
Yeah. You clearly do a lot more research than I do.
And then who gets the money left over? Who gets the money that is left over?
Yeah, it's got to be fair.
Yeah.
You make me laugh because you always talk about how determining if someone's a good person or not. Am I a good person?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a good person.
Nor do I.
No, I'm not a good person, Krystian.
Why?
I'm just not. We, just like you, I have anxiety and stuff, right? So I get on people's nerves. So
yeah, but that's not our fault. That's our mental health issue.
A lot of it is my fault, though. I will take credit for a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, Krystian, what drew you to podcasting when I suggested you take a look at that app?
I wanted to leave an impact on the world and help stop stigma and discrimination around all disabilities online, and to get other stories in, and to get other people's success stories, and to do stuff like that. And I want to help educate people in life.
Yeah. How? What has it been like now that you're a podcaster? Do you feel like you're a new person? Because for me, my podcast is my therapy. How has podcasting impacted your life?
It impacted my life greatly because I want to leave an impact on the world, and when I'm gone, I want to leave a legacy behind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A legacy.
I think you will leave a legacy, but you're still working on your newsletter, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When's the next one come out?
It's coming out soon. It's coming out because I was so busy over the holidays and stuff with getting my website set up and with getting the podcast set up and stuff. There wasn't enough articles in my newsletter, so I actually neglected it a little bit. So it's coming out soon.
Yeah,
for January.
I relate.
For January.
I relate. I just move on to the next project and never finish the project I'm working on.
Yeah.
And there's advertising spots available, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about those. How can people find you or reach out to you if they're interested in learning more about your advertising? And where is it distributed? Where would they be able to find your newsletter?
At coffee shops, like at R2ER, like at other places like that, and at service providers. But that's not really. That's not really in the community. Service providers. that's in the community, but service providers only do with people with disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get it more out into the community, like coffee shops,
Okay.
Fun Factor.
So
and a Fun Factor right now is in their party room at Fun Factor.
Oh, that's exciting. Arthur, he's a good guy
Yeah.
over at Fun Factor. Now, just sitting over there, you can see a city councilor. You should, after this, definitely go introduce yourself and ask if you can put your newsletter in his coffee shop, too.
Okay.
All right? Right? We're always networking. I see you hustling online. You hustle really hard.
Yeah.
I had to actually mute you because I couldn't
How did
see
you
my
meet-
other
how did-
clients'
how
work.
did you meet me? How did you meet me?
I snoozed you for 30 days.
How?
I right-click on the desktop, and I just go snooze for 30 days so that I can, like, focus on my clients.
I know that, but I wasn't sure how did you find me anyways in the first place? How did we find each other?
I learned about you from your stuff on CFJC TV.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't actually have television, but I saw it on YouTube.
Cool.
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm trying to convince my wife to cancel Netflix and just go to full YouTube, but she won't let
I
me.
wanted to think of the videos.
I think they were great. I think they were really good. And what I wanted to meet with you about...
And the last thing I was going to say, and some other things, is that it's free for the community with ads inside. So that means anyone can see it in the community.
Yeah.
Just like Countess this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to work for them. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Awesome.
Kind of.
Yeah, I was on the ad sale team.
Cool.
So I can teach you a little bit about ad sales and about podcasting stuff. Just I'll message you back when I have time.
Okay,
Because you've been hitting me up with lots of really good questions, and I see your hard work, and that's why I wanted to meet with you today and
Awesome.
go from there. What do you want to accomplish in 2019? I know I asked you this before, and you wrote me like a journal entry of what you want to accomplish this year. Let's put it on wax. Let's put it on for the recording.
Okay.
What do you want to accomplish there, Krystian?
My podcast,
Mm-hmm.
my newsletter, my web forms, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but what do you want to accomplish with your podcast? Like, what's like a milestone? Like for me, a milestone for me was getting Ed the Sock on my podcast, right? Like let's.
I know what is mine. Mine is to go international with this
Mm-hmm.
and to take it internationally. And anyone who wants to download that app, some people don't want to download it. Some people don't want to talk to me on that app.
Yeah.
So it's hard. But I'm trying to tell people that I can only do it by app. I can't do it by phone.
Yes. Yeah. See, I'm working on the phone thing, and I tried it this morning, and it didn't work. So it's expensive and complicated.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the app is really cool. And to be honest, I think the people who are willing to download the app are the people you want to talk to anyways.
Yeah.
They're the more interesting people.
Like there was a fasting, for example, there was a fasting company that makes adapted clothing for people, and Debbie said, I don't want to download another app.
Okay.
A new app. And then I said, I have a newsletter. We can do an interview from a newsletter, and then after that interview, then I can read it online.
Yeah.
On my podcast.
That's true. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's very transformative thinking. Figuring out how to transform content from your podcast to your newsletter and vice versa. And
Yeah.
Anchor has some really cool apps that will transcribe your podcast too.
I'm also on YouTube now with my podcast.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah, I think I saw. Yeah, you've been working hard on getting a whole different bunch of different platforms. I think I saw it on Spreaker recently, and I saw it you tweeting about it. You're on Twitter.
Yeah.
What's your handle on Twitter?
My handle is Self Advocate Cam.
Self Advocate Cam. And where can people reach out to you there, Krystian, or find your newsletter online one last time as we wrap up this podcast?
On selfadvocatenet.com or on other websites.
Awesome.
Like Ability Online. In the young adults section, which is for alumni and for young adults who have grown up with Ability Online or who wants to become an Ability Online member.
Mm-hmm.
It's in that section, an alumni section for anyone.
Awesome, yeah. Or
see.
just on Facebook, Kamloops
Yeah.
Self Advocate newsletter.
Yeah.
And you've got a Facebook group there, too, that you're
Yeah.
moderating.
And on Citizen Network, there's information about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for meeting with me this morning there, Krystian. And thank you for listening on in. If you can do me a favor and leave me an iTunes review or subscribe if you aren't already, it means a lot. And other than that, I'm hustling hard. Got some cool stuff for 2019. And we'll leave it there because I still suck at endings. Cheers. Bye-bye.